Sal Bass.
Live when the mic snap.
Justin.
In the cut, bring the fight back. Windy City talk, turn the dial, that's that. Welcome to the show, it's Bulls on Tap. Bulls on Tap, pull it up, press play. Chi-Town talk, we can run it all day. From the tip-off buzz to the post-game rap. If you rock with the Bulls, you rock with Bulls on Tap.
Bulls Nation, you are tapped in to the Bulls on Tap podcast, the official Chicago Bulls podcast of the On Tap Sports Network. I'm Sal Bass, joined with my co-host Justin, and standing by with Guilty, ready to serve you up an ice-cold round of Chicago Bulls content. So if you're ready to talk some Chicago Bulls, pull up a stool and let's get this show on the road. Gentlemen, how we doing? We got a game going on right now, but I wanted to talk Bulls with you guys. I still got it on in the corner of my desk here, but talking Bulls with the boys is always my thing. So how you guys doing?
I can't complain, man. I'd rather be here talking Bulls with you guys than watching that game, if I'm gonna be honest. What are we really watching for these days, man? We're watching like Leonard Miller versus Omax Prosper. So it's like I'd rather talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Guilty, how you doing, man? Everybody knows Guilty, but I'm gonna give Guilty the floor and let him introduce himself here. Because you just started a new pod, and I love that pod, man. That's a great concept. I tuned in, and you guys do a good job. That the graphic with the Bulls talking around the table, man, I love that.
Yeah. So funnily enough, my girlfriend, man, like I said, she's the star of the show. She actually made that logo. Like she heard me on the phone with Gavin from Round Table, and like he was telling me, like, hey, like if you got full creative control, make a logo, this and that. So we were kind of just spitballing out loud. You know how our women are, like they fucking hear everything. If our phone rings, they looking like, who's that? So she was locked in as soon as I'm on the phone, and I'm pacing in the kitchen. And then mid phone call, she walks up to me with the phone, and like she already had a logo. Granted, it was AI. And she was like, oh, I use ChatGPT, but just to kind of start spitballing ideas. And from there, I just sent that idea over to if you guys know him on Twitter, his name is Wild Jordy, and like Bulls Nation UK. And so he always would put his like artwork on our Discord. So I was like, hey, do you think you could just like kind of make something from this prompt? And then we go from there, and the rest is history, dude. It's been pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's a good graphic, man.
Thank you, man.
ChatGPT is a good tool, man. I love it. If I had the money to pay a real artist and all that, I would too. But like, you know what? I don't. So
yeah,
so this is what we do, and it puts out a good product. You know what I mean? Like the songs,
yeah,
it's all cool, man.
Yeah, I hear that.
So, gentlemen, I know it's we're going to try to keep this pod as positive as possible, despite the Bulls having some not so positive news in the not so recent past. We have gotten word that the Bulls, with that Oklahoma City loss, have been statistically eliminated from any postseason activity, play-in or playoff. Not that anyone was envisioning us in the playoffs, but the hopes and dreams of that have been officially squashed. Some people were,
yeah.
As much as I wanted it,
people got mad saying that we're not going to make it to the playoffs. What are you talking about? Like,
and here we are,
mathematically
eliminated.
Thank the Lord, man. I was pissed. I got home in the middle of the game last night. I think it was like in the third quarter, and we had to lead. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know you want us to play for every win, Sal, which I commend you for. But like me this season, usually I do too when it makes sense. This season, it don't make sense to me. So when I walked in and saw the Bulls had like a 7-point lead, I'm like, man, what the hell are we doing? Leave it to this damn team to start putting belt to ass when it makes no sense to. But then, it sounds fucked up. But luckily, OKC came to their senses and applied some pressure. I was worried last night. I'm like, are we about to play ourselves into a meaningless play-in like last year? Like it's a fool's play-in, and then you get spanked when the games really matter. Like I ain't here for that, man.
Absolutely. Well, while we're here, why don't we go ahead and talk about the game? Then we'll talk about recent Billy Donovan news, and then we got some other activities in store for you. So, gentlemen, what were your thoughts about the game yesterday? Justin, I'll go to you first. I know that the Bulls had control of that game for a better half of the game, and then finally, like Guilty alluded to, let it kind of slip through our fingers at the end of the game, and the Thunder did thunderous things. So, what was your overall impression of the game?
Yeah, honestly, I had family stuff going on yesterday, so I didn't watch the first 3 quarters. I watched the whole 4th quarter, and I came in right when I think they said the Bulls were up 88-80 at one point, and then the Thunder went on like a 30-6 run or something and ran away with the game. It was something crazy like that. But my takeaway from that game actually had nothing to do with the Chicago Bulls. My takeaway from the game was this is what separates an elite team like the OKC Thunder from a fake team like the Houston Rockets. Both teams played with their food in the first half. OKC was able to turn that switch on and show in the second half, like, all right, we're not going to lose to the Chicago Bulls. Like,
thank God.
And the Houston Rockets weren't able to do that. So, in the West, man, it just kind of solidified to me that OKC is a step above Houston and a step above some of these other teams.
Did you see that pod, Justin? I know you shared the KG pod, which was dope as hell when they interviewed KG in Minnesota. I think I don't know whose pod it was, but I know it's Melo on there. I think Vince Carter and T Mac, and they were talking about, like, I think if Houston was going to make it out of the first round of the playoffs, and like Melo was like, oh yeah, you know, like, they're going to go far, and then they were like, come on, man, they got to beat Denver, and then they all started laughing, and he had to like walk his tape back, you know, for Houston. But it just goes to show you the perception of Houston, how it's changed throughout the season. Started the year like they looked like they were for real, but you know, just as things have progressed, like it just speaks to the West too. If they were in the East, they could still do some damage, but they cooked in the West right now.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a point guard. And in the West, like, not having a point guard is a death sentence. And you watch them against the Bulls, or you watch them in some of these other games, and their lack of three-point shooting kills them. Reed Shepherd might as well have been wearing a Bulls uniform that game. What was he, like 2 for 13? And he just kept shooting those threes, man. It was crazy. But
you just sleep agent for us.
I'm really looking forward to the playoffs this year. Every first-round matchup is going to be a banger. We might get we might get LA, Minnesota in the first round. We might get Denver versus Houston in the first round. Like, we're going to get some bangers in the first round.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. And that just speaks to the league too. Like, again, for everybody, like, I know we said we're going to keep it positive, but like, let's just keep it real tonight. You feel me? Like, with y'all two, like, I feel like us two can have a very real conversation. And so, like, when people get so upset with, you know, like, people take on the Bulls when we don't drink the Kool-Aid, like, we talked about this when it was just me and you, Justin, like, the fact that you watched the entire league, it puts things into perspective, like how we just said, how Houston, if they were in the East right now, they could still do damage in the playoffs, but that's because of how weak the East is. And you take them over to the West, they're cooked. So that just speaks to, like, when people say the Bulls are so good and we're not that far off, we are, man. When a team like Houston can come over here and they would do good in the playoffs, it just speaks to, like, everything that we're seeing right now. Like, we're not that serious, because, like, when you look at the teams in the West, those are real teams right now. And it's not an insult to the Bulls to say that we're not on their levels right now, man. We just got work to do. That's all it is.
I would add to that too, that yes, the East is weaker than the West, but the East is getting stronger. Like,
it is.
The days of a 39-win team making the play-in like the Bulls did the last 3 years before this year, that's not happening. Like, look at the standings right now. The Miami Heat are the 10 seed, and they're at 39 wins right now. They're like 39 and 36, I think. So not only are the Bulls getting worse compared to how they were last year record-wise, but the rest of the East is so much better. And then you look at the teams that are out of the playoffs in the East, like the Wizards, if they can get another top draft pick in there, if Trae Young and AD can give them anything next year, that's a team that's going to be something to be messed with.
Forgot
the Nets, like the Nets, if they get Cam Boozer, they get Darren Peterson, they get one of these guys that we're hyping up. Now the Nets are a problem. They got some young talent there, some young draft picks ready to pop. The Pacers, can you imagine if the Pacers get Darren Peterson? Like, it's over. So when I say
that's scary.
When I say the Bulls are far away, I mean it more like the rest of the league is kind of way more advanced in their rebuilding process than the Bulls are. The Bulls,
and that's
seem to be
okay
in
to
step
say.
one.
It's okay to say, like, and that it speaks to the fact that, like, people say, oh, the Bulls haven't chosen a direction. We have. We're retooling right now. I wouldn't even call it a full rebuild, because, like, we still have Noah coming back. We might be in, a better spot with our draft picks coming up, but we're retooling right now. So again, it's not the craziest thing to say when you know that your team is in the middle of starting, like, not completely starting over, but just starting a new direction. We have work to do. And while we're getting that work done, we're not close to being as good as those teams we talk about, like the Pacers. Right. That's okay to say. It's just realistic, man. But yeah, no, imagining a dude like Darren Peterson next to Halliburton on that Pacers team is scary. Even on the Nets, I could see him being like a Nets kind of a player. So, like, yeah, it just makes me excited for, like, who we take in the draft too, just depending on where we go.
Yeah. I'm excited to see where we end up. And again, like none of us are up here petitioning saying that, something freaky can't happen in the offseason and we acquire some phenomenal talent and we're right back in it. We're not saying that at all, but what I think I don't want to speak for you guys, but what you guys are alluding to is we're in the process of a rebuild. The fans deserve a proper rebuild.
Yes.
We've been patient.
Yes.
Let's do it right, man. There's no sense of just throwing random talent out there and hoping they produce and hoping that nobody gets hurt and hoping that everything's all good and it works out just to get the 9th or the 10th seed. I feel like the city of Chicago, the players, the coaching staff, they're all owed to be done properly, and if that means it's going to take a few years, it takes a few years.
Exactly.
I'd rather do it right than do it
right.
Half-assed. I don't know if you guys seen A League of Their Own. Jimmy Dugan. He's like anything worth doing is worth doing right. So
right.
I'm a firm believer of that. And if that means next season you're going to see a lot of losses, that's what's going to happen. Us as Bulls fans, we need to recognize if we're mentally strong enough to handle that. And if not. Nothing wrong with sitting a season out, man. I'm a firm believer. If you cannot mentally handle the stress of losses and the negativity that comes with it, hey, man, take a year off. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not that person that's like, oh, you only followed the Bulls because they started winning. No, man, if it's for your mental health, take a break, dude. Do something else. Follow
baseball. To be clear, too, like I was just going to say, if the Bulls get a top 5 pick this year, like my views on their future are going to dramatically change. Like if they get
and that's what everyone has been saying.
They get one of those guys. Like, yes, then I will start drinking the Kool-Aid about the Bulls' future. But right now, I'm talking from a place of I expect them to have the 9th, the 10th, maybe even the 11th pick again. Yep. And while I think they'll get a good player, I don't think they're going to get a player with that pick who's going to turn them around in one season. So if they get a top 5 pick, you will start seeing more optimistic takes from me, which I think is a totally fair thing to say. To expect me to be optimistic right now when really there's few and far reasons to be optimistic, like that's insane to me.
It's insane. It's insane. I applaud people for being optimistic when there's no reason to, although that's edging on delusion. But I'm a dude that likes to manifest things myself, so I get it. But like it frustrates me. It's one thing to like do that for yourself, but then get mad at people who are just being realistic. Hey, you know how I feel about that. But I was gonna say, Sal, when you said like, we got to sit a year out in order to be good again. Like what our girls used to say back in the day, those memes, if you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't get me at my best. That's where we at right now, man. Like we got to be the girls at home with their makeup off, and shit. Put the makeup back on in a year or two and go out to dinner or something. You feel me? But like right now, like that's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad at us, like you said, taking a year off or even 2 years off and just doing it right. Like I know you watch Breaking Bad, Justin haven't, but when they said in Breaking Bad, Mike told Walt, no more half measures, Walt, full measures. Right now, we've been doing half measures for a long time. It's time to do full measures. No more half-assing it. Let's just do the damn thing. You might have to suck for a little bit, but you're sucking for a little bit in order to be good later. That's the process behind it.
Yeah. And honestly, like, and it's not like I want to say that we're not gunning for next year. We're expecting losses. Obviously losses are going to come, but we're I'm sure the three of us here are expecting next season to go out and get every single win we possibly can. No one wants this team to fail. This is the team that we wear on our shirts, on our hats.
Exactly.
This is a team that we base our daily life
that we podcast about.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Contrary to popular belief, losses don't make good episodes. I'm just gonna let you know that.
No.
When we started the season off 5-0, my goodness, the audiences were there, and then the season kind of did its thing, and audiences kind of went to the wayside. But
which makes sense.
We're not. It does. We're not expecting losses. I mean, we obviously, us as content creators, as fans, we really want team to go out there and get the W, because let's just face it, it's been almost 30 years since we've hoisted a trophy in the NBA. And I keep pointing this out, and it sickens me to point it out, but the Chicago Bulls are the only Chicago professional sports team in the year 2000s who have not made a finals appearance. Every other team has. Insanity.
It's rough. It's rough out here, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It is rough. And
What
Justin
were
knows
your
that all the way
predictions?
in Minnesota, man. Fuck.
Yeah, like it's funny. I had somebody on Twitter today tell me I'm not a real Bulls fan, and I'm like,
That's
dude, I live
crazy.
in Minnesota. Do you know how easy it'd be for me to jump ship? Like as soon as
Yeah,
Anthony
that
Edwards
makes you
showed
even
up,
more of a Bulls fan.
to
Like
just be
literally.
like, yeah, I could have thrown on a Timberwolves jersey and been like, all right, I'm a Timberwolves fan now. Let's go. But no, I'm
Yeah, fucking, I'll show you something.
like,
Oh,
man,
that's funny.
it's crazy to be told that you're not a real Bulls fan by somebody who probably wasn't even born when Jalen Rose was a Bull. Meanwhile, I owned a Jalen Rose Bull jersey at some point. Like, it's crazy for those people to tell me I'm not a real fan. It cracks me up.
100%.
Yeah.
Just because you want greatness again, especially when you got to witness great teams, you get to witness great basketball. So when people say like that, people like who expect more from they expect more for their teams. Those are the real fans to me. It's you don't get to like all this policing about, oh, like you're a real fan or you're not a real fan. A person that's saying that they want to see their team do better, common sense will tell you that's a real fan. Just because you're not supporting them through thick and thin, you don't always have to support somebody's bullshit. Think about the people in our lives who like don't support when we're doing bad in life and they want us to do better for ourselves. I've lost some best friends when I was doing fucked up shit in my life because they didn't support the choices I was making. But those are my real friends that said, I'm not going to, like, you're still my boy, but I can't be with you on this journey until you do better in life. It's the same shit. When people step away from the team and they don't want to watch the team or support the team, that comes from, I can't support what they're doing right now because I expect better. Call me back when we're doing good things again. To me, that's a real fan. I don't, but I'm not going to tell anybody who's a real fan and who's not.
Oh.
But seriously, that's how I see it.
And honestly, that's not again, like I want to stress, that's not a bad thing. If you cannot handle the journey and you come back a year when they're good, no one's here going to judge you. You know what I mean? Just because we weather the storm and we're masochists and we stick through it, it's not the end of the world. Gentlemen, I want to move on to because we've got I feel like this team has gotten a lot of news and the rumor mills have already started and the season's not even over yet. I want to shift to the rumor of. Yeah, I know. What do we got? 10 games?
Look, we podding during the damn game and shit. This is
I know.
better than watching the game right now, man. I was watching the Illinois game before I came in.
Well, I got the crazy eye from Mr. Deeds going. I got one eye over here and I got one eye on you guys. But actually, before I move on, how about them Illini, man? Final Four bound. So
great
huge,
game,
impressive.
Too. Great game.
Yeah.
They're balling right now, man. Like, and it's like they're kind of like the Bizarro Bulls. Like they got all the size, they use their size, although they were chucking up a lot of threes for the past couple of games, but like they hustle out there. So again, it just gets me excited, it gets me juiced. But like that's the kind of shit I want to see from our Bulls team. I want to see our boys going out there and just going crazy, win or lose. So it was a good game from Illinois, though.
Yeah. Real quick, do you guys think that they can win it all? I mean, I'm not. And again,
I'm
not an.
They got a 25% chance, right? They're in the Final Four. They got a 25% chance.
Yeah, no, that'd be insane. We need some. Maybe that'll be what finally brings magic back to Chicago on the basketball side. Illinois winning it all and just rewriting history for us. Spark it off. We need it. We need something.
I like it because the last time I followed college sports, I think the last Illini team I followed was like the famous D Brown, Darren Williams.
Oh yeah, Darren Williams. Yeah.
Darren Williams
went up against. Was that Sean
Luther
Payne?
Head, man.
Luther Head, yeah. Was it
that
Roger
UNC
Brown
team was like my favorite college team of all time. I love that UNC team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was a fun team. Yeah, Sean May, Raymond Felton, Marvin Williams, Rashad McCants, like they were loaded.
Yeah, that was a good line. That was a good game too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was.
But speaking of college, the reason why I bring up college, gentlemen, is our beloved coach Billy Donovan, our coach,
beloved
Billy Donovan. We love to hate the guy, but real talk, our beloved coach is already rumored to be parting ways with the Chicago Bulls and is going to be college bound. Now, I've heard reports from UNC to Kansas to insert college here. I guess I want to start this discussion off by asking you guys, how likely do you think there is a separation of Billy Donovan from the Chicago Bulls? And accordingly to that, how do you feel about him electing to leave as opposed to them just flat out firing him? Again, it hasn't happened yet, but just throwing it out there.
I think if I haven't understood the Billy Donovan situation for, I don't know, 2 years now. Like, don't know why nobody in his life is telling him to run for the hills. Like, I understand NBA jobs are hard to come by, but obviously the organization is doing you no favors.
Yes.
Before he was a Chicago Bull, he never missed the playoffs with OKC. He was a well-respected coach, national titles in Florida. You know, people loved Billy Donovan. He was highly regarded. He got elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the Bulls have done nothing but sully his reputation the last couple of years.
Set him up for failure.
Yeah, if somebody is in Billy Donovan's life and happens to stumble upon this podcast, please relay the message. Run for the hills, my guy. Like, get out of this relationship. It's crazy.
It's abusive.
You know? But it's abusive. It's toxic. Get out of the relationship, man. But I was asking people. I was asking some people. I was kind of polling around to try to figure out, you know, what's the substance behind these college rumors? Like, what's more likely, UNC or Kansas, because I'm not as tapped into the college game anymore. And it sounds like the UNC job is still a very attractive job, even though Hubert Davis kind of let people down. It seems like that's still a job that has a lot of prestige, and it's something he could take over and he could be very successful at. Not that Kansas isn't that, but it just sounds like UNC might be an easier transition for him. So if you can leave the dumpster fire that is the Chicago Bulls under the Arturas Karnisovas regime and get into Chapel Hill, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, I agree. Seriously, though. Just make it easier on his mental.
Yeah. What do you think, Guilty?
Just to echo what Justin said, man, like, I've had my gripes with Donovan, and I feel like part of me maturing I feel like I've had to mature for my own mental health, you know, because I wasn't a fan of Donovan from day one. Like, I remember when OKC let him go, like, I went to Twitter because I was excited, but, like, I'd only heard of him up until that point. And I'll never forget seeing OKC fans happy that he was gone. And I was like, now, hold on, what the hell is that about? And people say, like, he's a good coach. He's a great college coach, but he never makes adjustments. He's very just unimaginative. He's just very, like, stagnant, you know, like, he's not creative and, like, all these things. And I was like, okay, well, maybe that's going to change in Chicago. And I was just so happy to get the hell away from Jim Boylan. So yes. I was excited, man. And, like, throughout the years, you know, just like, yeah, Billy Donovan, I just think he's a great dude. I feel like I love listening to him talk in his press conferences. I love just the kind of person he is, like the way he carries himself. But for my team, for my preferences, I like a guy like Joe Mazzulla. You know, I want a psycho. I like a dude like Ben Johnson, like a sicko, you know, like who's going to fire my city up, fire my players up, you know. And I just think that Billy Donovan is just more old school and just more even keel, even tempered, which I appreciate. But I think maybe he's even better suited in like a front office role. Like, shit, maybe he's better off being in AK's seat. And then we have a different kind of coach, you know, at the helm. But no, like, to say what Justin said, like, I think it'd be better for him to go back to college, man. I don't think that's a downgrade, because I had my girl, she was asking me that. She said, wouldn't that be a downgrade for him to go from the NBA to college? I don't think so, because you see, like, there are college coaches who prefer to stay down in college instead of coming up to the NBA, like a Matt Hurley. He doesn't want to come up. He wants to stay down there and, like, do people like college ball more than the NBA these days. So it's damn near it could be an upgrade for him to even go to UNC and bring their culture back up and just be in a better situation, like Justin said, man, because we have kind of set him up to fail. Like, even if I don't agree with his philosophy, has he ever been truly given the players that fit his philosophy while he's been here? Like, even when we heard the news about that he was interested in Derek Queen, people can say it's smoke, but it came out of his mouth that he was looking at Derek Queen. Yeah. So we can say it's speculation, but I mean, he himself said he liked what he saw from Derek Queen, and Noah was but AK wanted Noah. So, like, it just makes you wonder how many more decisions have been made that Billy wasn't in on, or maybe he spoke his piece, but AK went his own way in the first place. And there's a lot of speculation here again, but, like, there's just, you hear the rumblings about AK being a very stubborn dude that only wants to do it his way. That's why he fired Peter Patton. So, like, maybe that's why, like, certain guys wouldn't get minutes, because he wanted his guys to play, or he wanted to double down on the draft picks that he got, or the players he traded for, instead of getting the people that suit what your coach wants to do. You brought this dude in, they got on the damn plane and wouldn't let Billy Donovan go home to bring him here, but then you don't do the things that help him maximize what he wants to do on the team. Like, you don't set him up to succeed. Like, you set him up to fail the whole time. So it's hard for me to say with Billy, but Yeah, for me, I'd like to see him. If we're gonna have to stick with AK and not gonna get somebody that wants to get Billy the players that he wants, and yeah, give me a new coach here. And I hope he does go back down to college.
And the thing with Billy too is I think it kind of gets lost in the mix sometimes. Like, he's a good basketball coach. My biggest problem with him is he coaches. He's too safe with his coaching. He doesn't take risks with his coaching. Like when DeMar DeRozan was here, once Lonzo Ball went out, the offense was give it to DeMar, ISO ball. Like that's a safe way to play basketball. You know that, 60% of the time you're going to get 2 points on the board. Now with Josh Giddey, it's the opposite. It's let's get in transition. Let's get as many threes as we can get. Like that's a safe way to play basketball with this roster. He doesn't take risks that you see other coaches take. And you could see that with the minutes of some of the young guys too. Like he was never willing to take a risk and put a young guy in until injuries kind of forced his hand. That's what happened with Buzelis last year. It was injuries and trades before he finally got a real role in the lineup. He wasn't taking that risk. Same thing with Io his rookie year. Wasn't until there were a couple of injuries.
Yeah.
Who knows what it would have taken to get Essengate actually in the lineup this year.
He should have been playing. And I know we talk about like having people develop in structure, which I get that. But again, like with the season that we're having where we're not competing for the playoffs yet, I just want to see Noah get in there from day one. I feel like Noah had that skill set that this Bulls team has been lacking. A tall, lengthy wing who can play. You could put him anywhere from the 3 to damn near the 5. And Billy's offense with the small ball center, even though he's frail, fuck it. Like, let's just go for it. Like, I feel like Noah, you saw him in the G League, dude. Like, the things we're praising Leonard Miller for now, those are the things that Noah shines at. Hustling, constantly cutting, attacking the boards, crashing the boards, good defense. And like, he even had like a pretty shooting touch. So it's like I wanted to see him play from day one. And while that might not be realistic for every team, I know, especially on this team, you got to earn your minutes. But there are other teams in the league that start their rookies from day one and just let them develop. They throw them in the fire. And I wanted to see Noah play, man, like from day one. But again, who knows if we would have even saw him play. Now, granted, with all the injuries that we had, he would have played this year because we started bringing up Lackland, weak-ass Olbrich up. And guys like
don't
that.
Let Troy hear this one.
Man, I don't care. I'm just at this point.
Troy somewhere like, hey, mate, what the hell?
Yeah, like, hey, I'm sorry, man. It just is what it is. Like, it's tough love at this point. I'm just tired of like holding back people's feelings. Fuck it. Lackland's weak. Like, I'm glad he shaved that weak ass mustache off and got a haircut. But man, like, no, man, like it just sucks that Noah got injured because I think that there was clearly a path there for him to play from like damn near, what was that, the middle of the season he got injured? And everybody else got injured. He would have been playing this whole time. And like you said, Justin, like that's how these players have always found minutes on this team is like an injury comes up and then they got to play like Io, even Modest, So I think Noah would have had a pathway this year, and it just sucks that we didn't get to see him, man. Fuck, especially like with Kobe. Could you imagine like getting to see those fast breaks with him, Kobe, Io, Modest, and Giddey? Like I wanted to see that so bad this year, and now we never will. But now we got next season.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head because I was thinking the same thing, man. I would have loved to see Noah, not so much like, hey, you know what, not so much get thrown into the fire, of course, not all, but like he had some great minutes, right? He had some great minute opportunities with injuries coming up. I would have loved to have seen. Man. Now, again, I'm not selling my Noah Sengay stock at all. I'm still very high on him. He's 19 years old. Like sky's the limit for this kid, but it would have been really nice to see that man play not only these games, but some of these crucial minutes.
Oh yeah.
I'm also not saying don't put him out there with like your superstar caliber players and let him fail. But at the same time, I would have loved to have seen what he did with these minutes. I keep preaching the only way to learn from your mistakes is to make the mistakes from
and play through them. Yes. And grow
exactly.
Through them. So, like Justin says, put the reps in. You feel me?
Exactly.
It's just about the reps. Lil Wayne said repetition is the father of learning. You feel me, gang? Like get them reps in, man.
I like it. Yeah. As far as Billy, man, why we're hearing all these rumors that he's going, that he's connected with college teams. Why wouldn't we? He's a 2-time national champion. Why wouldn't we be hearing? If you are a college team and you're hearing that the Bulls are having problem with Billy Donovan, or not so much a problem, I don't want to put words, but if you're saying the Bulls are kind of the Billy Donovan era starting to get a little soured, why wouldn't you make a phone call to the Bulls and try to get Billy Donovan on your team? You're especially if he's already been to the big show. He's won it twice. He spawned, Noah. He spawned some great NBA players. Why wouldn't you call him? Do I think it's
Facts.
going to be like likelihood of him going? I mean, I will say probably what. And again, please, I'm no expert. I'm not putting any
No,
words.
it's
by
just an
any means.
opinion. Yeah.
I'm going to say, I think it's 70% that man goes.
Ooh.
I think
I was
it's pretty
gonna
high.
I was gonna say 70, 75, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now again, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but like I don't know. I feel like if you're Billy Donovan, why would you want to continue? I mean, I know money's good. Money
You
is
would
good,
hope
but
not, man. Yeah.
why
no,
would you
this
want to
is-
sit in Chicago and take this? Like, I'm sure he has social media and sees all this
I was
stuff.
about to
that's-
say everybody talks
you
shit
know,
too. Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to stay in this when you could go to somewhere where UNC wants you? They want you. Chicago collectively, not speaking for the city, but does not want you. You want to go somewhere where you're welcomed. Hey, right this way, Mr. Donovan. We got your office ready to see you go to work. So I'm going to say 70%. What about you guys?
Yeah, 70, 75. And like, yeah, you talked about money, but it's not like he's taking a job at Rhode Island or something. This is UNC.
Right.
He's going to get paid.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
they're good. They pay their coaches a pretty penny there. So,
Right.
yeah. And then he doesn't have to worry about a GM. I'm sure the college game's a little different now. I'm sure you got people, handling the NIL side and kind of being pseudo GMs, but still, for the most part, as a head coach of a college program, you're recruiting the kids you want. You're building the team you want. You don't have Arturas Karnisovas drafting Noah Essengay when you went and met with Derek Queen and said you liked Derek Queen. Like, you get to choose your players. So that's got to be something that if he's had a couple back and forths with AK the last couple off seasons about certain players, that's something that's got to be appealing to him.
Yeah. That's a really good point. The fact that like of just having more of that autonomy, getting to choose and get the people that like fit what you want to do. Like, what's the point of being there if you can't do what you need to do to be successful? Yeah, so I agree, man. I think it's I'm right up there with you guys, like 70-75%, I would say. And it's just stepping away. I think the major thing, out of Colley's article, he was talking about the family problems. So like not even just getting into a better situation for yourself as far as coaching, but like the shit that he's dealt with on a personal level. Like I was thinking maybe he just steps away from coaching for a little bit regardless, and that would be a leap.
Yeah.
But like just to get away and like ease his brain, and like you said, man, like why this is the worst place to be when you're dealing with all that shit. And he's been adamant about saying that he doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild. And I think it was in Colley's article as well. He was saying like he's gonna have a talk with Arturas this offseason about what in their minds is the next step. So he's already like, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but that's language right there telling you he's like, hey, motherfucker, like I'm not just like, tell me what y'all think I'm about to be doing here while like during this next phase. That doesn't sound like if somebody's like trying to stay here for the long haul, they're not asking no questions at all. They're saying, hey, I love where I'm at. We'll see what they want to do. No, he said like, no, y'all tell me what y'all think about this next step, and I'm gonna see if I agree and if I want to be a part of that. So I think Billy's not gonna be here, man. If he comes back, I will be surprised. And then you get rid of the guys that he had those deep connections with, in a Kobe, in a Io. I know he loves Trey Jones, but Trey Jones ain't making you stay here, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's not like we got rid of everybody that he's pretty much coached his entire tenure here as well. Like, what emotional attachment does he have here? Like truly, like is what in the Batman when they said was it Harvey that told Batman like they don't love you, Batman, like you do too much for this city, they don't fuck with you, gang. It's the same as Billy, like the city ain't even rocking with you, bro. Like, why do you even want to be here at this point? So I hope he gets away for selfishly for my sake, but for his sake too. For his sake, truly, like get up out of here, man. Like it's down bad right here. Like let us start new and you go do your thing somewhere else.
Yeah. Especially you're already set up for success. You know what I mean? Like you could take whatever NBA knowledge you acquired, not just from Chicago, but from Oklahoma too, bring that back down to NCAA. Facts. I mean, again, I'm not trying to sit here like I'm an NCAA expert where some NBA tactics would work down there, but knowledge is knowledge, man. You at least are a step above the rest of it. You know what I mean? Again, it's up to the players to come to UNC, but like Justin said, he probably has no problem getting players to come to UNC.
It's Billy Donovan, man.
And I know I spent, and I know we've all spent the last few years, harping on the guy, and I don't want to talk like he's already off the team, but like, we were all kind of happy that we finally got Billy Donovan, like a step above Jim Boylan. Well, You know what I mean, Justin? It was better than Jim Boylan. You know what
Anything,
I mean?
yeah. Fuck.
We finally got a coach. You know what I mean? Yeah, it didn't work out the way we wanted to, but at the same time, the man's still a good human being, man. He still tried his best. You know what I mean? He did what he could with what we had. You know what we had didn't get him any hardware, didn't get him any one playoff appearance. It didn't get him anything to write home about, but hey, Billy Donovan, we still thank you for trying your best and doing what you could for the city of Chicago.
Absolutely.
If it didn't work out, no hard feelings, sour grapes. You move on to success. We'll bring the next guy in and see what he can do and give him the same treatment. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Who do you guys like? I know Justin, me and you, we kind of agree with Stack. Do you got anybody else in mind?
I like Jerry Stackhouse. I've been pushing for Sam Cassell for a couple of years now. Mike Honori is the assistant coach in Minnesota. A lot of people here rave about him. I've heard people talk about Chris Quinn down in Miami. Miami just usually doesn't let their guys go, so I don't know how realistic that would be. But I think the common theme here is I want somebody who's never been a head coach on the NBA level, but has been in a system long enough to kind of know how it works on the NBA level. Like Ime Udoka was in a bunch of different coaching staffs and picking up, learning from guys. That's the kind of guy that I want.
Yeah.
Well said.
I know we and you kind of always had the same thing. Like we don't want somebody else's failed experiment. Like I want a good assistant coach from a winning organization to come in and take what he got from that winning organization and bring it here. Guilty, who do you like, man?
I'm gonna be honest here, boys. I'm ignorant as to what the coaching trees are looking like out here these days. So I don't know who's a psycho out here, but like I said, I want a guy like a Joe Maz, like a Ben Johnson. So I don't know who that coach is out here these days, but just give me a sicko. I need it. Yeah. You see what it did for the Bears. Like, granted, they had the talent there too, but it starts from the top down. When you have a coach who's as juiced about every game as you are, and like I think even going kind of, because I know the thing with Ben Johnson was he was one of the younger head coaches, and like you said, Justin, like he came from, like he was somebody's assistant first, but like he just a sicko about it. So he was starting like a new he's like revolutionary in the NFL with his offensive play calling. Like we need somebody that's on the cutting edge of it. You know, like not trying to like do what everybody else is doing. We need somebody that's going to come in and like try to implement some new shit. And I don't know who that coach is out there, but like I just want a sicko over here, man.
Yeah. At the very least, it gives you an opportunity to test out a new style of system. You know what I mean? Billy had a direction that he wanted to go in and it didn't work out. Bring in a new coach a new direction. You know what I mean? Yeah. Billy was all threes and driving the lane. Maybe bring in a coach that, you know, brings a combination of both and starts introducing the mid-range, because as we found out from the Ayodo Sunmu interview, he basically said that mid-ranges were basically a no-no unless you were beating a buzzer. So I know a lot of Chicago fans would be happy to see the mid-range implemented. So who knows? I did just get word that our Bulls are winning at halftime. So big win for that.
If we eliminated from the playoff and the play-in, fuck it, hey, go crazy. It's all about development right now. Like, so I hope I haven't been seeing that game. I'm not gonna lie to the fans, whoever's watching, but it's good to hear, man. I'm good for those who want to see the W's. I'm glad to hear that for y'all, man.
Absolutely. My only question is, I don't have the game pulled up right now, but is it Giddey and Modest and maybe Dillingham leading the way, or we talk about another first half where it's 33 combined points from Okoro and Colin Sexton like the other night?
So, damn, Giddey going crazy. So Giddey has 8 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists in 18 minutes. Buzelis has 12, 4, and 2 in 18 minutes. Colin Sexton, this mug, he got 14 points in 15 minutes. Hey. Oh, damn. Blackie Obridge heard me talking shit and told me shut the hell up. He has 6 points and 5 boards in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing their thing. But like that's what you want to hear, though. Like you want to hear that the young guys are leading the charge. You know, so that's good to hear.
Yes. There's been a lot of talk about like people complaining after Bulls wins, and I have not, like, I follow a lot of different Bulls accounts, both the ones that are categorized as positive, both the ones that are categorized as negative, tankers, non-tankers, everything in between. Yeah. I have not once seen somebody mad when Gidward leads us to a win. I've not seen any. I haven't seen anybody get mad when Buzelis leads us to a win. I've seen people get mad when Colin Sexton leads us to a win, and that is very fair to me. Like a guy,
yeah, man, because he ain't even gonna be here, right? You just getting. I mean, I'm not mad at him, but he just getting his stats off, and you fucking up our future. Like,
and this is also like look at the guys who played for the Grizzlies right now in this game.
Yeah.
I watch basketball every day of the week. I'm watching some kind of NBA basketball. There are like five guys on that Grizzlies roster I've never heard of. So to expect the Bulls to lose to them tonight, no, they were never going to lose this game. Like the Grizzlies have been trying to tank for 2 months now, and they're doing it very successfully. They're playing guys that I'm like, I don't know who the hell that guy is.
That motherfucker just dropped my water off last week. You know, like them kind of dudes.
It's like they went to the local LA Fitness and were like, hey, that guy looked good in the run. Let's throw a jersey on him.
Yeah.
Guilty, man. I wish I had that gif of the Rick James with the grind in the feet.
College, yeah, that's Colin Sexton. He plays like that too. Colin's a wild dude, man. With that damn red tail jumping around and shit. And I like Colin a lot. But like that's what I'm saying. I like seeing him go out there and get his shit off. But like I understand when people who get upset and they say like, dude, he's not even gonna be here next year, and he's over here fucking up our chances, like at our future, getting in the way of guys like who may be here, like a Rob Dillingham. Play him, you know. So I understand that side, but hey, I'm glad. I like Colin Sexton, so I'm glad to see him doing this thing out there. But I definitely understand when people get upset when we're getting W's with him getting like 30 points and only missing 2 shots, and it's like, yo, take his ass out and put in Dilly or somebody, man. Like, what are we doing? But I get it.
It's a numbers game too. Like, shout out to Drew Stevens. He tweeted it a couple hours ago. Like, if we pass the Bucks in the tanking standings, like the percentages that we get the 10th pick jump up to like 65% or something.
65 is crazy, bro.
So it's like I don't remember the exact percentage, but it's something in the 60s like that. Whereas if we stay below them, that lowers down to like I think it was like 18 or something like that.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's like we're not making the playoffs, we're not making the play-in. So obviously we're just trying to get the best odds possible to get the best player possible. That's all anybody should be trying to do. That's all it is,
man. It ain't loser shit. It's we're trying to win. What the fuck is so hard to understand about that?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Here's kind of another interesting question. I've asked this question pretty much it feels like throughout the entire year, definitely post trade deadline, but I'm going to ask it again, hopefully for the last time. But
hopefully,
now that we've been, it'll never be the last time.
Anytime you say that, it won't be.
Since we are mathematically eliminated from the postseason, my goodness, that sounds terrible, even repeating it. Yeah. What can you guys say are your expectations now for the last 10 games? What are your expectations, knowing that playoffs are not even playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs. What are you guys expecting of this team? I know I'm gonna go ahead and say I still want to finish strong, man. I want to be, like whenever you see people running a marathon in a race, and you see somebody fall down, you hoping that guy gets up and finishes the race. You know what I mean? I just want to see us finish strong. But what about you guys?
What do they say? If you keep your expectations low, you can never be let down. So I have no expectations for the last 8 games of the season or whatever we got left. Like I'm going to watch. I'm going to hope for, Josh Giddey, Modest Buzelis, Rob Dillingham. I'm going to hope for production from them. Give me something to look forward to. A little gleam of hope for the future, but I have no expectations for these last couple of games here.
Yeah, I just want to see him go out there and hoop. Just like at this point, that's all you're supposed to be doing. Go out there and hoop, but I want to see the young guys hooping. I want to see the pieces who we have the most chances of bringing back. Like Dillingham should be getting a lot of minutes, whether we like his game or not. But if he sounds like somebody they plan on bringing back, he needs to be playing a lot of minutes and developing. Well, it's not even a question. Yeah. So you just want to see. I want to see these young guys out there getting the bulk of the minutes. I want to see Buzelis out there getting the bulk of the minutes. There's just no reason for the vets to even be playing over the younger guys right now. So that's what I want to see. I just want to see the young guys get to go out there and hoop. No leash on them. Full send. It's what you said. 8 games, 9 games left. Let them go out there and hoop, man.
Yeah. Because at this point, this is your last opportunity to see some of these players before you decide to invest into them for the future, or B, let them walk for good. I know we got Stick shut down for the rest of the season, but at this point, you already know how he's going to play. But Jaden Ivey, I would have loved to seen him play more games, because if that's somebody you're thinking about bringing back, we only got to see him a couple games, and now it's, do you take the gamble and bring him back and hope that he pans out? I know a lot of people are speculating he's going to be brought back cheap because of how the rest of the season ended up, but that's the bummer, is that you are going to take a gamble on some of these players, because I don't anticipate the Bulls are going to let all 8 players who are under contract walk. I don't really realistically see that, especially because, like we were discussed last live, Justin, there's not many page turn and free agents out there that we have some of the better ones on our team this year right now. So to make short of a long story, like, this is your last chance to see what these guys got. And if you're the guys on the court, this is the last chance that you have to prove what you got to this organization. Just because that we're trending downwards doesn't mean you're owed a contract just because you're good on a team. Like, this is your you still have to prove what you're worth to us before you get that money. So that's just my thoughts about that. Gentlemen, before we move on to the final segments of the show here, I kind of want to have a little fun game here with the NBA trending towards how it's trending. Who do you think has a realistic chance to win it all this year? You guys still on the OKC train, or did you guys change opinions?
Yeah, it's OKC, and they're the heavy favorites. If anybody besides OKC wins it, I would be shocked. I mean, the Spurs are going to give them a tough test, but we see it time after time again, man. These young teams, they need experience in the playoffs. So I think the Spurs probably going to take their licks this postseason and come back hungry the next couple of postseasons. But this year, it's got to be OKC again.
Love it. Guilty?
I haven't been as tapped in. Like, that's why I love listening to Justin talk, because Justin is tapped in on the whole league. I feel like I've been seeing more of our fan base trying to kill each other than I've been seeing the rest of the league. So, like, as far as I know, I would have said, like, the Spurs, because I've been seeing that they're on a run right now. Like, Wemby, man, I'm never going to count Wemby out. But, they are a young team. So I would say either Wemby or, like you said, OKC, or what? Is Minnesota not looking that good right now? Because I always go with Ant. Are they not looking too good, Minnesota?
He's been injured. He's been out for the last week or so. He's supposed to come back soon. I think he's listed as day-to-day now. But, yeah, they're going to be like 5th or 6th, I would guess, just because they've dropped a few games with him out. They lost to the Pistons today with him out. So,
is Peyton Watson going to be back for Denver in the playoffs?
I believe so. I think he's on schedule to return. So Denver's going to be healthy. They're going to have their top 6 or 7 guys out there. LA's been kind of on a tear recently. They've kind of figured out, Luka's the main guy, Reeves is a secondary guy, and then LeBron's like the Swiss Army knife doing whatever he can. So the West is going to be a bloodbath, man. West is going to be tough.
Yeah. Damn. You think OKC's a favorite, though?
I think OKC's probably still the favorite because Jalen Williams is back now. And, I mean, he looked good against the Bulls, but everybody looks good against the Bulls. So.
I just love seeing them turn, like, how they tuned it up. Like you said, after that third quarter, it's that meme where somebody's sitting back in the seat and then they lock in real quick. That was the Thunder last night. They said, man, hell no. They went to the bench and said, all right, y'all already fourth quarter time. They damn near probably had a bet before the game. Like, all right, let's see how. Like, let them get a lead, and then let's see how much you can blow these niggas out by. Excuse me, blow these dudes out by. So, yeah, man. Okay, it was fun watching them, like, turn it up last night because you love to see good basketball. We're starved of that right now in Chicago, man. So, like, you love to see how the good teams get down. You know, how they can flip that switch and show you, like, all right, like, what's really good out here. So, yeah, it'll be nice to see the playoffs this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good playoff this year. Man. Everyone's got like a sibling or a kid or a nephew that like you play 2K with and you kind of let it go easy on him. And he racks up like a 10, 15 point lead, and then he starts talking a little too much smack. And
talking like, crazy,
right, come on.
Yeah, let's lock in.
Let's
now.
You end up winning by 20.
I told you I was gonna beat you one day. Like, all right, gang. You see, I'm trying
that day ain't today.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Thanks. Another thing I wanted to ask you guys, because I'm a big, I think Justin, I told you last when we were doing our game live thing, I'm a big, my secondary team was the Seattle Supersonics, and they've since gone to the wayside. And with the NBA trending towards, we might see an expansion with the Seattle team. I don't want to say crown them the Sonics yet, but if you bring back a Seattle team and don't name them the Sonics, I would be afraid to come home. But they did mention a Las Vegas team potentially being the favorite to land another franchise here, or another franchise here. So my question to you guys is, let's have a little fun. What name do you think they would name a Las Vegas NBA team?
It'd be something stupid. They would pick the corniest gambling thing they could.
I was just about to say the Gamblers.
Yeah, it's because the Ace is already taken. It's gonna be like the High Rollers or something stupid like that.
I chat GPT the other day.
They cook up something good. I chat GPT.
Dude, it wasn't bad. Like I'm looking, it definitely looked like, you ever play 2K and there's like those stock franchises like the Pittsburgh Steel, and you could like when you want to play expansion, it definitely looked like one of those. But I'm like, all right, I rock with that. Like it had like a king holding dice in the background.
The Rollers, the Las Vegas Rollers coming through, man.
Adam Silver. I want royalty. I thought of the name. Las Vegas. I don't care how, just put my name out there.
Yeah, book it here.
Like, put this show on advertisement. Say you heard it on Bulls on Tap. I'll be happy.
He got tapped in, man. He came and tapped in and got himself a new name for a team.
But gentlemen, we've reached the point of the show that I like near and dear to me, because we get to play games not only with ourselves but with the chat too. Chat, if you're in there, it's time to play On Tap or Totally Crap, where I ask you gentlemen a question. If you agree with it, you say On Tap. If you disagree, you say Totally Crap. And chat, I highly encourage, please play along and give me your reasoning in the chat. So are you gentlemen ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, I know we basically answered this first one, but On Tap or Totally Crap, Billy Donovan departs the Chicago Bulls and is headed for college.
On Tap.
Mm-hmm.
On Tap. Chat, chime in what you think. Question number 2. I know I've asked it before, but with the Bulls being statistically eliminated from the playoffs, I know I said it again, the Bulls do get a top 5 pick in this draft.
Totally crap.
I say on
Totally
tap.
crap.
Totally crap.
Okay.
You're going for a lottery ticket there. So
it's
pretty
delusional.
bad right now.
Yeah, I'm on full delusion at this point. Fuck it. Yeah, on tap, man. Pull me
But
up.
I mean, to be fair, the lottery the last couple of years, like the Mavericks had similar odds, the Hawks had similar odds. So there's precedent for it. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to be optimistic about that one.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Yeah. That's also like, what's the highest you can get? 14%. Like, so when people like throw around, because it's 14, I think after 2019, they changed it to where the top 3 or top 2 teams can only
Isn't
get.
it like the bottom 3 are guaranteed a top 5 pick, but it's like 14% or something like that?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't think if you're bottom 3, I don't think you can fall out of the top 5, but I'd have to review those rules again.
Yeah. So
Apparently we can't get 5th.
I didn't hear that. I don't know how we can.
Yeah, I need to go review those rules again. It's all so convoluted now.
Yeah,
I think if we can only get pick 1 to 4, then I say on tap for 1 to 4. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
Full sin, man. It's full sin.
Technically, if you get 4th overall, it's a top 5 pick.
That's a good point. What the hell? I didn't even think about that, man.
All right. On tap or Totally Crap. Let's see here. We will see the Bulls draft a future MVP, or a future MVP is either on the team already or they will be drafted within the next few years.
How many years or few years?
3. I usually operate with 3.
Totally crap.
Okay.
Did the Bulls draft one, a future MVP?
Yeah. Do you think we see a future MVP?
On tap.
Yeah. I love the optimism, man. I love optimistic people, man. I love
it's optimistic.
Look, it's something. Fuck it. I'm crazy as it is. I don't mind being crazy tonight. Fuck it. We already out the playoffs, out the play-ins. You feel me? Fuck it. On tap. What's the worst that could happen, man?
I forget what was that movie where he's like, "What's the worst that happens? We fall out of last place." Like, I forgot what movie that was. I don't know if that was Major League or like Angels in the Outfield. They're like, "Well, what's the worst that happens? We fall out of last place."
Yeah, facts, though.
This is a fun one. On
Okay.
tap or totally crap. The Chicago Sky win a championship before the Bulls do.
Oh wow.
I don't know
On tap.
nearly enough about the WNBA, but I'm going to say on tap based on my belief that
Just our
nobody
shit,
can be
yeah.
worse than the Chicago Bulls, right? So
Yeah,
gotta
man.
be on tap.
They were actually
say-
a little bit worse than us last year. I'm just
Oh,
gonna say
really?
I follow some WNBA and they struggled a little bit. I'll just say
They're
that.
down
The
bad. Okay.
let's just say they kind of wish they were the Chicago Bulls.
Oh
It
wow.
was
You got to be down bad to wish you were the
I
Chicago
can't.
Bulls.
I can't
out here.
imagine a universe where you wish you're the Chicago Bulls and you're
Damn.
a professional basketball team. That's rough.
Yeah,
That's
it was
rough.
a bit. So that was on tap or totally crap. If you got any suggestions for on tap or totally crap, feel free to DM me and I'll put them on the show and give you a shout out too. So
I
how
think the
about
whole
that?
chat is probably watching a bunch of total crap right now. They're watching the game, so we didn't have that many people in here. But they're all,
Yeah.
I guess they all pit totally crap with watching that fucking game right now. Y'all should be on tab in the chat right now, man.
Yeah. So, if you have any questions, chat, go ahead and leave them in the chat right now. We're going to shift our attention to random bull of the day first, just to give time for some of these questions to populate in. But random bull of the day, me and Justin were talking about this before the show even started. And with Billy Donovan being rumored to go to either UNC or Kansas, it's only fitting that one of the bulls of the day, the random bull of the day, is from UNC or Kansas. I elected to go with Kansas. And today's random bull of the day is Kansas and Bulls legend, Drew Gooden. So go ahead and give me some of your reminders for Drew Gooden, because I'm throwing it back with that one. I mean, I think we're going all the way back to 2008 with that one.
Man.
Yeah,
I'm about to say that was like Rose's
man.
rookie year, wasn't it?
They traded for him the year before Rose, and then they traded him the year after Rose. When they traded him, one of the best trades the Chicago Bulls have ever made, maybe their best in-season trade ever. They traded him. They brought back John Salmons, Brad Miller. Those two dudes were huge in that Celtics series. But if you guys hate on Colin Sexton's hairstyle, I beg you, go look at what Drew Gooden used to do, man. That dude used to rock a ducktail. He used to shave his whole head,
yes.
but had a ducktail back there. And then he used to braid his goatee into 3 parts. That dude was crazy.
That's the memory of hearing Drew Gooden's name. God damn. Like, that's just when I started, I sat down and started watching ball. Because he came from Cleveland back then, right? At that time?
Yep.
Yeah, man. I didn't start watching ball till Rose's rookie season. So I would watch it in spurts, but I didn't really sit down and watch every game till Rose got here. So I caught the tail end of Drew Gooden being here, and I saw him somewhere he was in Cleveland with LeBron and shit. But yeah, that's a name. That's a throwback for you.
Yeah, if you guys if you just remember his NBA highlights, go watch his Kansas highlights. He was a totally different player. He was skinny.
Yeah, I didn't see him in college.
He was lean. He was athletic. That college team was like him, Kirk Heinrich, Nick Collison. They went to a couple.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they went to a couple Final Fours and he was a beast in college. I think he went 3rd or 4th in that draft. People thought he was going to be a stud, but then he got to the NBA and he just filled out and got really heavy and really slow. But
he was a mid-range demon, wasn't he? He used to do the pick and pops in the mid-range, from what I remember.
Yep. Today's game, he'd be a stretch 5. He had a little bit of 3-point shooting touch.
Yep. Ahead of his time.
Yeah, and he kind of came in he was one of the, I don't want to say first, he kind of brought back the big man, because who do we get? We traded away Ben Wallace, Joe Smith to the Cavaliers. That was actually a huge trade. We got Drew Gooden, Larry Hughes, Shannon Brown, Cedric Simmons, and we traded away Ben Wallace, former number 1 overall pick Joe Smith, Adrian Griffin, Wally Zerbiak, Delonte West. Hey, there's a name.
Damn, Delonte West, man. Prayers up to him. I hope he's doing all good. I've been seeing his name in wild things over the years. Prayers up to that.
Yeah,
man.
that trade, we do all this talk about tanking. That was a tanking trade. The Chicago Bulls, they were coming off sweeping the Heat the year before in the playoffs. Year 2 of Ben Wallace's contract, it wasn't working out, so they shipped him out for just just to get off that contract. Hughes, I think, was an expiring. Drew Gooden only had a year or 2 left. And they were like, screw it. We're gonna suck down the stretch. We're gonna play Joakim Noah a bunch of minutes, Tyrese Thomas a bunch of minutes. Thabo Cephalosha a bunch of minutes. We're going to play the young guys. And they tanked their way to the first pick. It was crazy odds. It was like a 1% chance they were going to get the first pick, but they very easily could have stayed the course and made it as an 8 seed that year, but they pivoted all the way the other way.
Oh,
and
look how
there's
that
something to be
turned
said
out.
for that. Yeah, it kind of turned out all right for
Yeah.
Oh.
We drafted this kid named Derrick Rose. Ended up being the heart and soul of Chicago, not just the team, but the city itself.
And then becoming relevant again and putting us back on the map. But all we had to do was a little bit of losing in the meantime. And it wasn't the end of the fucking world. Who would have thought?
It all came back full circle, man. See, that we might be on the cusp of something like that.
I think we are, man. I really, because like we have better pieces now than what we like. I love having Boozy here. You know, you got Giddy here. And then if you can just get you a good draft pick and then retool right in free agency, we in for some fun years again, man.
Yes,
I truly do think so, but it all starts with you got to put yourself in that position to be able to do that first. No half measures.
And at the end of the day, man, we asked for this. We asked for the change. We asked for,
Lord knows I did.
How many of us were like, oh, get Vooch off this team, get so-and-so off the, like, and now we finally got it. Wait, hold on a second. I didn't mean actually do it. I was just venting. Like, now that you actually did it.
Wait, I didn't bring Vooch back, man. Hold on, I can't watch your boo-boo out there. No, but yeah, I'm glad Vooch is gone, man. Get him out of here. But yeah, no, to your point, Sal, we asked for this shit. You know, that's why I don't mind it. I'm not mad at the L's. Like, I expect the L's right now. You know?
Yeah, you have a team that played, 20-something games? Forget about just 20 games with new faces. That's also another 20 games of players getting injured too, because not only do they have to play with new faces, their lineup is constantly changing because players are getting injured. I would have loved to have seen what this chemistry of this team would have been like if all of those players had not gotten injured, because we got some spark plugs, man. We got some good players. You know, I know that a couple of them, you know, people say the glorified chuckers, and that's okay. But I would have loved to have seen what the glorified chuckers look like with a half-year chemistry under their belt. That's all I'm saying. It would have made this offseason a lot more interesting. That's it.
I agree, man. No, I agree.
So we're moving on to Q&A. Justin, did you get any Q&A?
No, I didn't. I don't think anybody submitted one this week. I know Samity said he was out in San Diego, so he didn't have his
eating
usual
some shit
food
right
ones,
now.
man.
Yeah,
you know Samity eating good right now.
Eating. Yeah, he DM'd me this morning. He said, "Hey, cuz we gonna start that food channel or what?" I'm like, "All right." We call him Samity Eats now. That dude eats good, man. He's a G.
I'm
Shout out
the real man. Like, Samity's got that like demeanor, like you just flipping through Travel Channel one day and you're gonna see him on Travel Channel doing like doing
man versus
doing
food,
a show
Sam versus food.
Yeah, like, you know, like some Guy Fieri style where it's Samity, and dude, wholehearted, huge fan of Samity, man. That man
Sam,
is probably the best fan in the world, man.
Yes.
I love that, man.
Yep.
I want to bring him on one day. Samity, if you're watching, come on, man. Come on.
We don't even got to talk Bulls. We'll just do like a food episode.
And then he trains
almost
too.
Over. We need something to talk to.
Right.
Yeah, no, Samity's the man, brother.
Well, gentlemen, that's it. We're coming towards the end of this one here. We've been on about an hour. So before I let you guys go, I want to kind of last statements from both of you, and I'll give my final words here. But first, Guilty, thank you so much for hopping on.
Thanks for having me.
And before I let you have the floor, thank you for not only having me in your Discord, but thank you for just being a great captain of a ship of a Discord and allowing us all to come in there and talk and building a platform that we can all, you know, love each other and talk Bulls, man. Because before I joined that Discord, man, I only really had my friends that I host the show with and family members to talk Bulls. But you built that, you host that platform, and now you allow me the opportunity to talk to other creators, other fans, other great people, and I owe it to you, man. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, man. You know, it's funny. You just reminded me. So when I came to click the link for the show in our DM, it said today celebrate our 2-year anniversary of being friends on Discord. So it's funny that you said that. I meant to. Yeah, right. Isn't that crazy? Because it was 2 years ago. I remember I added you. I reached out to you and Justin on the same day, back when Justin was still the Bloody Horns pod. And I just remember like that's when I was starting to add like make the space what it is now and like look for creators and like try to get us all in one spot. And I saw like Justin's page popping up on Twitter a lot. And I remember seeing like the Bloody Horns. I'm like, that motherfucker sounds tough as hell. Like I need to do like that around. And then I saw you with the horns over hoops. I said, man, who are these two dudes? And like you guys, like I think we're just like starting out to like, put content out there. So it's like, man, like it'd be cool to like reach out to these dudes and kind of grow with them. And look at us, dude. We're on the fucking on tap pod together. It's kind of it's just crazy. It's crazy seeing that all come full circle. Oh, there he is. Samity.
There he is. Speak of the man there.
Samity. You bring up food and he said, I hear something. Wait a minute.
It's like the bat signal for him, man.
With a fucking cheeseburger on the beacon or some shit.
What up, Samity? How was San Diego, man? How was San Diego?
Oh, shit.
It looked beautiful, better than Chicago weather. I'll just say that. It looked better than out there. Justin, what do you got before we head out, man?
Yeah, shout out to Guilty for coming on. I love that new pod that you're doing. Mike's been one of my favorite follows for a while. That dude, he's genuinely funny.
He's a
I'm
man,
happy
dude.
you guys. Yeah, I'm happy you guys are doing something together. But yeah, if you guys aren't following Guilty or Sal and their pods, make sure you're doing it. If you're not following me, feel free, follow on Twitter. Right now, we're engaging in some LaMelo Ball versus Josh Giddey debates.
Oh, nice.
I just started a Stephon Castle versus Modest Buzelis debate that's getting a little heated. So,
of course,
you can tune into the Chicago Bulls number one hater at
that's
J
a
Talk
good debate. Number one hater fast. No, that's
I might change my handle to most negative Bulls fan or most dishonest Bulls fan. I haven't decided which one yet, but I might do it.
The slanderer, Jay Slanders hoops.
Jay dishonestly talks hoops. That's what I'm just gonna add another underscore. Jay dishonestly talks hoops. That's
crazy. Jay dishonestly talks hoops is fucking crazy. Yeah, no. But those just that's another reason why I love what you do so much, man. Like you just spark up like such great conversation. Like those are two really good. Like I haven't gotten a chance to see those today. I've been like busy as hell, but I haven't seen like the takes on like the LaMelo versus Giddey. That's a good one. And then I think that's a tough one too, because I feel like the whole trajectory of LaMelo is changing because of the addition of Khan. And like now that they're trying to build something, he's playing more serious. But that's also a testament to LaMelo, because it's not like somebody's playing for him. He's choosing to play more serious. And like that was always the main knock on him, was he doesn't play serious. He's not a winning player. But now he's playing serious and winning games. So that changes the outlook on him.
It's kind of crazy when you deep dive the numbers too, because like we forget that his second year he led the Hornets to 43 wins, 43-39 record. They didn't have a good team that year. He was a winning player that year. Last year they were terrible, but their on-off numbers, like he was a plus 12 per 100 possessions with him on the court. This year he's putting up he's surrounded by more talent, but he's still raising their floor. His on-off numbers are still a plus 12. So he's always been a guy throughout his career. Like they are much better when he's on the court. I think he gets a bad rap because of the off-court stuff. He's a clown. He rides around in his go-kart.
Yeah,
the streets of Charlotte are terrified of that dude.
Grand Theft LaMelo, man, that motherfucker in that purple car like the Joker. Yeah, he almost hit like 3 dudes leaving the arena. I'm like, damn, LaMelo.
And then like the way he plays, it's a flashy style of play. He does that one-legged step back three that drives me insane. But
that shit's crazy.
He's playing smart this year. His turnovers are at an all-time low. His usage rate is still in the high 30s. He's averaging, close to 9 assists a game. He's a better player than I think people are giving him credit for. It's really easy to look at Con Knipple and be like, he's the reason that Charlotte turned around. And there's some truth in that statement. But LaMelo Ball figuring it out and maturing on the court is a huge reason too.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. What about the Buzelis and Stephon Castle one? That's a good one.
See, that one to me is, I don't want to sound harsh. Buzelis is great. Don't get me wrong. But if you're team Buzelis on that one, I just don't think you watch much San Antonio Spurs basketball, because Stephon Castle's amazing. He's averaging 17, 6, and 5. He's one of the top 5. He's going to make an all-defensive team this year, whether it's the first team or the second team.
Yes.
And Buzelis, like, since all the trades, he's basically been given free reign to do whatever he wants, which is part of the reason some of us are frustrated with him, because it seems like whatever he wants means just catch and shoot threes all the time, rather than explore the on-ball opportunities, where Stephon Castle has to fit into a role in San Antonio. He has to play off Wemby. He has to play off Fox. He has to play with Dylan Harper. Like, Stephon Castle's amazing. I keep saying it. We're like 3 years away from Stephon Castle being unanimously considered the best two-way player in the NBA. Like, that's how high I am on him. So, yeah, that one, like, I understand, we're Bulls fans. We can be a little homerish, but it's borderline disrespectful to me if you think that Modest Buzelis is better than Stephon Castle.
And that's not a knock. And that's not a knock on. That's what people don't understand. Like, it gets so lost. You're not knocking Buzelis by saying that. That's just more so a testament to how good Castle is. Like, that's all that is. Buzelis is still a hell of a player, and he has those certain tweaks. And that's the difference, like you said, too. Castle's playing for something while doing all that shit. They playing for something out there. Like, he ain't just out there running up the numbers and developing. Shit, he's developing, but it's all in the midst of like, no, like every game means something, every minute means something, and he's doing like he's making winning plays constantly.
Right.
Like, that's what speaks to him even more to me. Like, he's a little G, and like I love his rebound. He plays like a fucking big man, as a guard, which I love from him. Like, he dunks like he's a fucking center sometimes. Like, off two-hand dunks. Yeah, he's a dog, man. But I think they're two different kind of players too. So I think Boozie's gonna find he's gonna find his stride, but it's gonna take for the way that Boozie's gonna thrive. I think it comes with adding weight and getting stronger and being able to take out to dribble more. So that might come in year 3 to 4 for him. So, but that's also scary because Boozie, if he puts on that weight and adds to his frame and is starting to attack the rim more and improves those handles, now it's a different conversation because he has the outside shot. But if Boozie can become a 3-level offensive scorer and then work on his defense, like his one-on-one defense, we got a hell of a play on our hands. But that's a good debate, man. But that's why I love what you do, man. You just bring up these good conversational pieces. Like, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just good to hear. Like, well, for that one, you kind of gotta go Castle. But you know what I'm saying. Like, there is no
and it's like
true right or wrong one.
I just try to get people thinking more like the whole scope of the league. Like for instance, earlier this week, the Ringer Top 100 got released, and a bunch of people were mad that Buzelis wasn't on it. And I definitely see the argument for him. But I don't think that people understand that when it comes to the value of players, like people ranking these guys, they're going to value a guy who's excelling at a role on a playoff team more than they are a guy who's putting up numbers on a non-playoff team. That's that's the way it's always been.
And that's the way it is. And that just means we need to get good. I mean, I watched it with the D Rose teams, man. Like the Bulls, I was watching every game, and I remember being a kid and being like, why don't we get respect from the rest of the league? And that's what taught me back then, because I'm watching every game, and the Bulls were going crazy with D Rose as a rookie. And we were just doing a lot better. And we went against we started getting more eyes on us when we went against the Celtics and had that legendary playoffs run. But that showed you more people started tuning in during the sophomore year for Rose. But by the third year, by the MVP year, everybody was watching. Why? Because we started winning. That's just all it is. Like, the league don't play favorites, man. Like, the game don't play favorites. It's all about results. If you're on a winning team, you're going to get the odds. If your team is ass and you guys aren't winning, I'm sorry, people don't care as much. That's just how it goes. Winning solves everything. And is that bias towards people that are winning? Do some players, there might be players like Buzelis, he might be better than guys who are playing on winning teams, but it is what it is. He's going to get overlooked until we're better, and that's just how it is. Yep. You can't be mad at it. People say, oh, that's unfair. No. Who gives a fuck? Let's get good then. Get good, and then we'll get the recognition that we deserve. But until then, we ain't shit. So don't be mad when people are overlooking our players, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Want to get relevant? Be relevant.
Right.
Ooh, that's a bar.
Want to be relevant? Get relevant.
That's a bar, man.
Not that hard.
Right,
just I'm actually.
I'm going to make that our pinned comment because I'm interested to see what the people who watch this video are going to say. So I'm going to make that our pinned comment. Who would you rather have either? Now, again, I'm not no criticism one way or another because I really just want to hear your mindset behind any of it. But would you prefer LaMelo, or would you prefer Giddey, or would you prefer Stephen Castle, or would you prefer Modest? So I'm really interested to hear what you guys are saying, because I've said it before. I love learning from people who I have. I want to even say disagreements with. I love learning things because if you just somebody, I hate repeating myself because I said it before, but if you're just somebody who you want to be agreed with all the time, you're not going to learn anything. No, but if you get in the mind, like me and Justin, that's what I love about hosting a show with Justin is me and him, we have different viewpoints constantly. But you know what it does? Justin teaches me stuff about the game every single time I talk to him. And I'm hoping I've bestowed at least one or two things onto him in my tenure here. But you can have disagreements at a respectable level, man. That doesn't, you know what I mean? Just because you share different viewpoints about the game with somebody doesn't make that person a bad
That's
person.
what makes it good. Oh, that part though.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And like getting called, y'all know who we talking about. Like getting called a liar just for having a different opinion. It's crazy.
And it's okay to admit you were wrong too. Like if you flat out think you're never wrong, you're insane. Like the LaMelo versus Giddey debate, it started because somebody called me out for being wrong. Like somebody brought up a tweet from I think October where Gilbert Arenas on a podcast said Josh Giddey is flat out better than LaMelo Ball. And I replied, I said, wow, Gilbert Arenas finally had a good take. Because back then I believe Josh Giddey was better than LaMelo Ball. If anybody's followed me for any period of time, you know, I've been a notorious LaMelo Ball hater, essentially his whole career. And then the last 3 months, though, I started tuning into way more Hornets because they're probably my third favorite team to watch this year. They've been that fun, but he's totally just flipped the script. Like he's playing more under control. He's playing smarter. So yeah, somebody called me out and I was like, yeah, you're right. I was wrong. And then I just quote tweeted it. And then the debate took off from there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Shout out to
It's okay to admit you're wrong, guys.
Yeah, you see, like she said, exactly. I'm wrong all the time with the hot takes, man. Like that's the best part. Like for me, I've learned, like you talk about the Discord, Sal, like, dude, I've learned so much. And like, that's why I want to get that space to be what it is to have those kind of conversations, because I learned so much just from not even speaking some days. Like the past couple, like the week, I haven't been talking as much, but I've just been getting like having so much fun reading the great conversation in there and seeing two different viewpoints. So like they were talking about like, you know, what are the positives? Like shout out to Joe Peppers and Osher. She was a part of that conversation. He said which is Bull's lead on Twitter. But like I know Justin, you were a part of that conversation. Hayes, like all the guys that they were talking about, hey, what are the benefits to the expanding league, or like how do we fix tanking? Like just seeing so many different viewpoints and stuff that I might not have even thought of myself, or even if I thought differently, getting to hear somebody explain why they have a different viewpoint than me, it broadens my perspective. I mean, it's just common sense, man. Like you learn so much, and like, what the hell is being right anyway? If you're always right, if you're always the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You know, it's good to learn. It's good to be wrong and to get to adjust your takes and say, damn, I was wrong about that. Now I know more. I get to adjust my take and adjust my knowledge. So I like being wrong on shit, man. You're always improving. You're putting in the reps. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that was one of the things I treasure the most about that Discord is I'm not always vocal because obviously I don't know everything. I don't know enough knowledge. Yeah, busy, yeah, but also like I love reading, man. I love reading
the shit.
You know, I love reading the stuff because again, I want to stress that like I only think my way, but everyone else thinks. There's 249 people in that Discord. Shout out. There's 249 different ways that we can approach this Bulls season, this Bulls off season, this Bulls franchise as a whole. So that's 249 opportunities for me to learn one new thing a day. And I love it. Man. I love that.
You spitting, so yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
But unfortunately, my friends, we gotta draw this one to a close. It was an absolute treat to have you guys. I want to do this again because this is truly on tap by on tap right here, man. We got on tap all around. So
I hope we do that reunion kind of a pod maybe in the summer. I know Duncan said he's sick. I hope you feel better, Duncan White. Shout out to the Slam Duncan if you guys are aware of him. But yeah, hopefully we do that the reunion pod. What up, Monk? He's from Sonny's Discord. Yeah, those are the guys coming in from the court right there, and they were all shout out to Illinois, Monk. Go Illini, baby. But yeah, yeah, you know, it's just hopefully we do that reunion pod during the summer and do like a little on-tap reunion, because like the way you and Justin have just revitalized the pod has been amazing, dude. Like you guys have done a great job. But look at the background, look at the intro. Every time people come on, they're shouting out the intro. You know, look at the background, like Justin just being a fucking savage and just being relentless about bringing on different guests and just making it so expansive. Like taking like what you do on Twitter and starting conversation, you've applied that to the podcast. You know what I mean? Like you reach out to any and everybody to bring in different viewpoints, and like that's what makes the community thrive. So shout out to you two, seriously, and just shout out to On Tap.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
it, man.
With that being said, yes, I love it. Somebody ILL and then I like you forgot the N.
Let's go, baby.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna tap out of this episode. Our glasses are pretty much empty, but not to fear. You can get more Justin, myself, and Guilty on our respective socials. And if you haven't joined that Bulls HQ Discord, please do yourself a favor. Come in there and learn something new. That's just going to be my new slogan of that thing, man. Like, come in and learn something new, man.
Facts.
With that being said, Bulls fans, looks like we're behind 6 points in the third. So I'm going to go back to watching this game. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you, guys.
I'm still going to say go Bulls.
Yeah, it's always go Bulls, man.
Oh.
Go Bulls.
Good night, everybody.
Later, boys.
Sal Bass. Live when the mic snap. Justin. In the cut, bring the fight back. Windy City talk, turn the dial, that's that. Welcome to the show, it's Bulls on tap. Bulls on tap, pull it up, press play. Chi-Town talk, we can run it all day. From the tip-off buzz to the post-game rap. If you rock with the Bulls, you rock with Bulls on tap.